Protego! Section Sempra! Crucio! Imperio! Avada Kedavra! Hey everybody, it's Molly with AllEars, and I'm here today at Universal Orlando with a brand new video. Now, if there's two things I love, it's Harry Potter and Halloween. So today we are going on a Harry Potter Halloween challenge to do everything that we can that has to do with Halloween throughout both parts of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. We are going to see the dark art show, hopefully run into some Death Eaters themselves, maybe do a little bit of dark magic. We're going to eat pumpkin-themed snacks, talk about Halloween and the importance of the Harry Potter series. I hope you're ready. I hope you're excited. It's going to be magic. We begin our Halloween-themed journey here in Diagon Alley. This is in the Universal Studios side of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It is so magical. It is literally magic come to life. And I think the most important place to start this is Nocturne Alley. This is a little alley off of the regular Diagon Alley, which you may know the seedier wizards like to hang out. And there's one shop I feel like we must visit and do a little shopping to start our adventure for the Halloween and the dark arts. We are gonna pop into Gringott and Berks. This is a little bit shiftier of a store. Voldemort himself worked here, and they sell things that are maybe not for all wizards' eyes. Maybe not all wizards would be caught shopping here. And if you do catch one shopping here, it gives you a pretty good hint as to what kind of wizard they are. One of my favorite Easter eggs is actually here in the basement of Gringott and Berks. You can see every now and again, if you look down, a green light flashing. Someone's practicing dark magic because there's only one spell that casts a green light. Avada Kedavra. This shop is where you will find a lot of things you can associate with dark arts, which of course in of itself feels very Halloween. But there's a few things in particular we're looking for that have very specific Halloween importance. First up, looking in this case of items you could buy, collectibles if you will. This one, Tom Riddle's diary, serves particular importance. You may know that Tom Riddle's diary is the catalyst in which Ginny Weasley opened the Chamber of Secrets, thanks to the spirit of Lord Voldemort trapped inside of this very diary, because it was a Horcrux. What night did Ginny Weasley first open the Chamber of Secrets in Harry Potter 2? Well, Halloween, of course. But you could have this diary for $85 if you wanted it. You could take it right home. Another beautiful set of items here. We have this collectible set of wands with the dark mark attached. That right there is, of course, Voldemort's wand, as well as the different Death Eater wands. And there's something very particular and noteworthy that happened with Voldemort's wand on Halloween. I'm sure my Potterheads already know what I'm about to say. This was the wand that on Halloween night murdered Lily and James Potter. Always like visiting Gringott and Berks. It's possibly my favorite merchandise shop literally in a theme park anywhere. But today we had to make a purchase, obviously. And what better purchase today than Voldemort's wand? You know? So now we are going to do magic. Particularly one spell that had to do with Halloween using this wand. I feel immensely evil, but also immensely powerful with this in my grasp. Before we go do magic though, I feel like a lot of people miss this little moment in Nocturne Alley because there's like multiple ways to get in here. I love that the Bellatrix Strange poster has come to life right here. It's beautiful. But I guess today we're on her side, so I hope they don't catch her. If you're unfamiliar with the wands here at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, they have a variety of character wands. They're interactive, they're $60, and then you can actually use them to do magic around both of the lands. I did a whole video on the wands, including the wand picking ceremony, so we will link that for you, but it's really, really cool and something I love doing every time I come here. But again, there's one wand spell in particular we have to do today. And no, it's not Avada Kedavra. They don't have an Avada Kedavra window, weirdly enough. So I wouldn't do it anyway. No, I wouldn't. Only if it was like Ursula or something. But no, I wouldn't. The wand would make me. No, it's fine. I wouldn't do it. So the spell we're going to do was learned by Harry, Ron, and Hermione on Halloween in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So my Harry Potter buffs are probably already guessing what it is. And it came into particular play just that very evening when Ron had to use it to save Hermione's life. It's like the one good thing Ron ever did. People are already yelling in the comments. I can hear it. I just don't care for Ron as a character. I think he's a bad friend and a bad boyfriend. I think he's very whiny and very self-centered. But that's not the point of this video. The point is, the trio learned a particular spell on Halloween, and it came in very handy. Do you know what it is yet? Wingardium Leviosa. Wow, it is wild how powerful I am with this wand. I feel it. I get what Tom Riddle, why he likes this one. It's no Elder Wand. Swish and flick. So Wingardium Leviosa is the spell that the trio learned in Charms class, and then they had to use it again. Ron had to use it to save Hermione's life later that afternoon. Ron was, per usual, rude and insulted Hermione, saying she didn't have any friends, so she went to the girls' bathroom and started crying during the Halloween feast in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. But little did Hermione or anyone know that Professor Quirrell had let a troll free down in the dungeon, and it went up to the girls' bathroom. Now, what's not pointed out in the movies, but it is pointed out in the books, is Ron and Harry realize this. They try to go stop the troll, and they accidentally lock it into the girls' bathroom with Hermione. So the two of them have to get back into the bathroom and help Hermione escape so the troll doesn't murder her. How does Ron do that? Well, of course, he uses Wingardium Leviosa, Swish and Flick, to remove the troll's club from his own hand and then bop him on his own head, thus effectively knocking him out. So, to honor that momentous occasion, we're going to go find some trolls right now on Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. Troll! Troll in the dungeon! What you ought to know. Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. That is such a fun attraction. It's part dark ride, part simulator, part 3D, part roller coaster, and it's all fun. And while I realize this takes place during Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which is relevant to the story here today, we'll get into it, but it's also the only place I knew to find trolls to represent that fated night on Halloween at the beginning of our story. So hence why trolls, Gringotts, definitely ride it, a must-do for me. But we got to finish the story of Harry, Ron, and Hermione and their significance during their first year of Halloween together. So as I said, Ron was rude, and Harry, Ron, and Hermione, prior to the troll incident, weren't considered a trio. In fact, everyone found Hermione very annoying because she was a know-it-all and very, very smart. Because apparently these boys were intimidated by a young girl who was very smart. Interesting. That's not the point, but it kind of is. Anyway, after the troll incident, the three of them became the trio officially because there's some things you can't escape without becoming best friends, and apparently knocking out a mountain troll is one of them. So to honor Harry, Ron, and Hermione becoming a trio, we're going to go find merchandise that signifies each of them at different locations, starting with Magical Menagerie. The Magical Menagerie is the pet shop here in Diagon Alley where you can adopt yourself an owl, or a rat, or a bowtruckle, or a cat. So we are going to find and pet an animal that means something to each member of our trio, starting with the best member of the trio, Hermione. So here we have Crookshanks. You can adopt a Crookshanks if you'd like to. He's $24.95. We all love Hermione's ginger-colored cat. One of the cleverest of his kind, said Sirius Black. In honor of the second best member of the trio, look at all of these gorgeous Hedwig shirts. Hedwig is, of course, Harry's owl, and they do sell plush Hedwigs, but they are out right now, so we will take a look at these beautiful shirts. This one's $37. That one is gorgeous with a lovely Hedwig painted on there. But there is normally a Hedwig plush you can purchase. She's just flown away for now. There's also these really cute Hedwig Christmas ornaments. We have the rat tonic here as a very fun Easter egg as a nod to Ron, who unfortunately owned a rat that turned out to be a grown man sleeping in his bed by the name of Peter Pettigrew. The actual worst character in the stories. Like, not one redeeming quality from Peter Pettigrew. And there is the rat tonic that Ron buys for Scabbers at the beginning of Prisoner of Azkaban. They also normally sell a Pigwidgeon plush in here. You can actually get a Hedwig and Pigwidgeon plush set, but they are out of that. And it's really, really cute. You may know, he's not in the movies, but Pigwidgeon within the books is the owl that Sirius gives Ron at the end of Prisoner of Azkaban because, of course, he cost him his rat, which was really, once again, a man. Scooting into Wiseacre's Wizarding Equipment now. This is a kind of general store at the exit of Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. It sells some merchandise, a lot of like stationery and items like that, lots of apparel, some collectibles. So let's see what we can find for Harry, Ron, and Hermione in here. There's, of course, a ton of house stuff in here, which is very, very cool merchandise, but very unhelpful for this challenge, considering they're all in Gryffindor. You know what, though?
Another look for
it's not official, but it is widely theorized, as the Harry Potter nerds do. Whilst all three of the trio are in Gryffindor, each one of them represents the other houses as well. Harry, of course, almost going into Slytherin. He has a lot of Slytherin qualities. Hermione, of course, almost going to Ravenclaw. A lot of Ravenclaw qualities. And Ron, a lot of Hufflepuff qualities, except for loyalty. Am I right? Anyone else read Goblet of Fire? Jeepers. But that is something that's widely theorized, so I'm going to say that counts for a Harry, Ron, and Hermione find here inside Wiseacres. I also just love these notebooks. They are journals. They're $19.95, but you can actually get them personalized with your name down on there and embossed in the leather, which I think is really cool. Next stop on our Harry, Ron, and Hermione merchandise tour, we are popping into Ollivanders, the wand shop. While you can buy some of the dark art wands in Borgin and Berks, like Voldemort's obviously, Bellatrix, the Malfoys, Death Eater ones, you can buy the rest of the wands here in Ollivanders, including, of course, the trio. Looking in the display, the top three right here, those are your trio wands. So that's Harry's, that's Hermione's, and that's Ron's. So those are three of the interactive wands you can get here at Ollivanders. Last stop on our trio shopping tour, Madame Malkin's robes for all occasions, because they have some really great trio-based things. And here, one item in particular I'm excited to show you all. Madame Malkin's is where you are able to buy your robes as well as other clothing and accessories. I love this store, and I would spend way too much money in here if I let myself. This is where you can get things like accessories like scrunchies, headbands, ties. All these hats are for sale, so like if you want to wear this beautiful hat that Draco does in Prisoner of Azkaban, you absolutely could, and I insist that you do, honestly. They have great purses in here. These are all backpacks designed to look like different house uniforms. There's also a clutch like that. Hogwarts Express backpack or purse. Love it, love it, love it. This is where you can get those robes again. But I have found the best trio item possibly of all time. Look at these adorable Yule Ball ornaments that are designed to look like the outfits of the different characters. Hermione's beautiful dress right here. Harry's very dapper robes right here. And unfortunately for all of us, they are sold out of Ron's hideous lady-style dress robes. They sell these Yule Ball costume ornaments from the different characters. So you've got some of your champions as well. You've got Fleur, you've got Victor Crumb. We're going to get more into them in a little bit because they mean something on Halloween as well. Don't forget while you're here to come say hello to the mirror, because she'll have something to say about your outfit.
You are one of the few people who can pull off that look successfully.
I felt like that was a backhanded compliment, but thank you, Mirror. I think it's time to get our first treat. Now, there aren't specific Halloween-themed treats in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. There is a lot of pumpkins, so we're going to scoot through Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, one of my favorite stores, to go into Sugar Plums, the candy shop here in Diagon Alley. Also, I know I didn't go into quality Quidditch supplies, but what am I going to find for Hermione in there? She doesn't like Quidditch. They often make fun of her for not liking Quidditch, but that's okay. We love her anyway. Not everyone has to like the same interests. But here at Sugar Plums, this is the smaller of the two Wizarding World candy stores. Honeydukes over on the other side is much bigger, and we'll be going there as well, but I figured we should get something here to celebrate. This right here is a pumpkin cake. You can get it at both Sugar Plums and Honeydukes, and it is one of my favorite treats to come out of the bakery case because it's a nice, moist cake. It's got a little frosting on there, and it's available year-round because I believe pumpkin should be available year-round, but it's especially delicious right now, this time of year. I love it so much. I love it because it's mostly cake, not frosting, and it's almost like a pumpkin loaf. Like, it's a really nice, dense, moist loaf with all the autumnal spices that you want. And then there is a little bit of frosting, but it almost has some citrus in it, so it's actually very light and not super, I mean, it is sugary, but it's not so sickly sweet as some other treats. Like, I almost, the first time I ate it, expected that whole top part to be icing, and I was pleasantly surprised that it was just more of the cake. So 10 out of 10 for the pumpkin cake for me. Time for a musical performance from Celestina Warbeck and the Banshees. Now, you may love Celestina Warbeck just as much as Molly Weasley does, but do you know why she's related to Halloween in the Wizarding World? I'm going to tell you after the show. Woo! She is so fabulous, and I want her dress. But she's more than just a great show. The reason she has something to do with Halloween, the Ministry of Magic wasn't real cool on Halloween for a while. They thought that the wizards would break the Secrecy Act between the Muggles and the wizards because wizards tend to get a little rowdy on Halloween. Who doesn't? And so they tried to enforce legislation restricting how wizards could celebrate the holiday. But a lot of people were in protest of that, including Celestina Warbeck was actively against the legislation to restrict wizards on how they celebrate Halloween. So now today we celebrate her by watching her sing her amazing songs, You Stole My Cauldron, But You'll Never Steal My Heart. That's my favorite one. Also, I just wanted an excuse to watch Celestina, but there's a fun fact to go with it. A major part of the Harry Potter story is, of course, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Not only is it the finale book, but the Deathly Hallows play a pretty big role throughout the story. But the Deathly Hallows themselves, the Resurrection Stone, the Invisibility Cloak, and the Elder Wand play very big roles throughout the story. And it's hard to talk about Halloween without realizing that Hallows is the first half of that word. That's not a coincidence. The Hallows within the Wizarding World are magical enchanted objects, and within the story they are used to defeat or elude death, and Harry himself owns all three of them at some point. So it's more than just a spooky coincidence that they're called the Hallows. And to learn more about them for this Halloween challenge video, we're going to watch The Tale of the Three Brothers. The Tale of the Three Brothers is presented here on the stage, the same one as Celestina Warbeck, throughout the day as the Tales of the Beetle the Bard. The Beetle the Bard is kind of like the Aesop's Fables of the Wizarding World, so they have performers come do a puppet show to show a few of the stories. It rotates usually between the Fountain of Fair Fortune and the Tale of Three Brothers, so you're not sure which one you're going to get, but Tale of Three Brothers is my absolute favorite one. I love the style of puppetry that they use. It's very similar to how they illustrated it within the film, so let's take a look.
The Tale of the Three Brothers. There were once three brothers who were traveling along a lonely, winding road at twilight. In time, the brothers reached together two treacherous paths, but being learned in magic arts, they simply waved their wands and made a bridge. Before they could cross, however, they found a humble, traveling figure. It was death. And he felt cheated because travelers usually travel the river. Death is an old friend, rather than gathering, departing this life as he was. Until next time, thank you, everyone.
And now I pose to you the biggest question of them all. Which of the Deathly Hallows would you want? The Cloak of Invisibility, the Resurrection Stone, or the Elder Wand? I'm going wand. Or Invisibility Cloak. Definitely not the stone. But I'm torn between the other two. Probably the wand, though, let's be honest. Before we leave Diagon Alley and head over to Hogsmeade, let's take one more stroll through Nocturne Alley. Now that we have our Voldemort wands, there's a little more magic we can do. Ooh, look, another one of the wanted posters. I just love this detail. Fenrir Greyback, the werewolf that is actually the one who bit Remus Lupin, my favorite character, and turned him into a werewolf. Ooh, these are such cool details. Also, look at this force perspective going up. Doesn't it look like really you could go up there very, very far and that maybe see some seedier witches and wizards? Also, if you look in this window, you see some spooky drawings of a snake and a Death Eater in the Death Eater outfit. These designs are from ornate designs to impress or menace. If you look through the window in here, you can see there's lots of dark marks and skeletons and snakes. Oh, this land is second to none. It is second to none when it comes to the detail. I know this is the Halloween video, and I know I've got Voldemort's wand, but even still, I can't root for Fenrir Greyback because of what he did to my boy Lupin. But as you work your way through Nocturne Alley a little bit more, there's actually a few of the magic spells over here that are a little creepier.
Like something.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about this troll. When we were talking about the trolls earlier, there's also a troll here in Nocturne Alley. You have to stand on the little wand spot.
Don't move your wand at all.
Don't move my wand.
Point
it, okay?
and just stay there.
And stand.
Now move around.
There he is, and now I dance. Yes, we are dancing. Dancing. Troll dancing. Troll in the dungeon. It's a remix. Well done, sir. You are great at this. Bye. And this is actually my favorite spell. It's not really super dark, although I guess you could say dark wizards are more likely to be mean to their house elves. Locomotor Chimney Sweep. And the little house elf climbs up to the top of the chimney. Do 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 do. And the chimney goes on. Incendio. Oh no. What's gonna happen to the bird? What's gonna happen to the bird? I didn't mean to, bird. I'm not this dark. I didn't mean it. Oh, he's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, he's covered in boils. I'm sorry, bird. I didn't mean to do this to you. I didn't mean to join the dark side. Alright, and this is usually the scariest one, because watch what happens. Aloha Mora. I wonder if I can open this. Guess not. Okay, we've had lots of fun here in Diagon Alley. All of the Halloween fun we can have. So now, we are headed over to Hogsmeade to continue the fright. Okay, being completely honest, I did have to leave the Wizarding World of Harry Potter to get this next treat. You know I had to get a pumpkin cream cold brew from Starbucks. I do like Joffrey's coffee over at Disney, but I love that cold brew, but I do enjoy the pumpkin cream cold brew from Starbucks. But pro tip for me who doesn't like really sweet things, ask for half the amount of syrup in it. It's got that perfect cold foam on top, nice coffee flavor, just the pick-me-up we needed before we head over to Hogsmeade. Now the line for the train is pretty long right now, but that's all right. We're just going to use Floo powder anyway, so hold on with me as I get prepared here. And, all right, Hogsmeade. We made it. Welcome to Hogsmeade, the other half of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. We have made it to Islands of Adventure, where Hogsmeade is located. This is where Hogwarts is, and the attraction inside it, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. This is where Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM is. This is where the Three Broomsticks is. But first of all, we're going to continue with our Events of Halloween adventure. And just like I told you, the Chamber of Secrets was originally opened on Halloween in Chamber of Secrets. Who is a big part of that story but Moaning Myrtle? And she's here, friends, right here in the public conveniences. I'm obviously not going to film in there because you're just going to have to take my word for it. That would be gross. But she's in there, so make sure you listen when you go. Okay, so we discussed the importance of Halloween in year 1. Harry, Ron, and Hermione defeat the troll and become the trio. In year 2, Ginny Weasley opens up the Chamber of Secrets. But guess what? Halloween is important in year 3 as well. I'm sure some of you know that that is the night that Sirius Black breaks into Hogwarts, slashes through the portrait of the Fat Lady, and tries to get Scabbers from Ron. This is, of course, before we know Sirius Black is actually a good guy. But Halloween, again, holds an important date throughout Book 3, so we are headed into Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, the Cube, to say hello to the Fat Lady. The attraction inside Hogwarts Castle is called Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. This is an attraction unlike any other. It uses this very unique ride system that's basically like an octopus arm, because Hermione has enchanted a bench to fly, so you're going to sit on a bench-like seat and then whirl about in both real sets as well as simulated virtual sets. You're going to do all kinds of Harry Potter things, such as visit the Chamber of Secrets, catch a Quidditch game, be attacked by the Whomping Willows. There's some Dementors along the way, Forbidden Forest, all kinds of Harry Potter stuff. This one is very, very fun, but it does make me nauseous. It has a 48-inch height requirement. It also has a test seat out front, which I definitely recommend because it is a unique seat style. So if you're concerned about it being constrictive, make sure that you check out the test seat before you get in. But we are headed in to see the Fat Lady. And I want to remind you all that if you don't want to ride the attraction, you just want to see the queue, which I highly recommend, you can just go in and see the queue. Just let them know at the front and you won't have to put your stuff in a locker. Troll! Troll in the dungeon. What you ought to know. Sorry, I keep doing that, but I'm in the dungeon now, so I feel like I have to. There are so many cool Easter eggs in here. I've done a whole video on all the Potter Easter eggs, so we can link that for you. But I love just walking through here. We're almost there. Here she is. The Fat Lady. Hello, ma'am. I'm very sorry that in 1993 you were slashed open by Sirius Black. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Oh! Okay.
If I weren't so busy,
yeah,
I'd ask some of you to carry my picture down to the stands. My house never stopped looking at that.
you look very busy.
I'd really rather see for myself. Come now, let's go.
All right, let's go. Well, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Anyway, saw the Fat Lady. Anyone know why Halloween is important in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire? Book 4? Well, we're about to watch the Triwizard Championship demonstration, which might give you a hint. On Halloween night in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, that is the night that the Triwizard Champions were chosen. As you might recall, first, there's Cedric Diggory, and there's Victor Crumb, and of course, Fleur Delacour, and awkwardly, also Harry Potter. So, in honor of that momentous night when Dumbledore calmly asked Harry, "Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?" We are going to watch the Triwizard Champion demonstration to see the lovely ladies of Beauxbatons and the strong gentlemen of Durmstrang. Of course, one of the most delightful things about Halloween in Hogwarts is the feast. There's a lovely, great feast at the hall where Hagrid has grown gigantic pumpkins and they have bats flying around the ceiling and just a lovely, joyous Halloween celebration. So we are headed to have our own feast at the Three Broomsticks. Outside the Three Broomsticks, we have Sirius's wanted poster. It's really hard to see on camera, but he's in there, I promise. And that again comes from Prisoner of Azkaban before he stabs the Fat Lady. The Three Broomsticks is a quick service restaurant featuring feast-style food. They even have something called the Great Feast, which is roasted chicken and ribs and corn on the cob. Or you can get those things individually, as well as fish and chips, of course, pasties, and other delicious things. While I normally get the fish and chips here at the Three Broomsticks, we are here for Halloween, so we're gonna get what they usually eat at the feast at Hogwarts. So this is the individual spare ribs and chicken platter. It comes with roasted potatoes as well as corn on the cob. And then we gotta stick with the pumpkin theme. So this is the pumpkin fizz, which is like a sparkling pumpkin beverage. And I'm very excited to try this because honestly, I haven't had this for a long time since I always get fish and chips. All right, ribs first. Y'all know I'm not a clean eater, so ribs are like really a nightmare for me, but what are you gonna do? Okay. I see you, Three Broomsticks. You can definitely taste that they were smoked. They are literally falling off the bone, like it fell off into my mouth and I had to catch it with my hand. I like the sauce. It's not super sweet, but it is that classic sweet barbecue flavor. You can taste that char and smokiness. I wish there was a little more sauce. It's not very evenly distributed. But I think they're very good ribs for quick service ribs. I honestly don't get ribs that much because I'm such a messy eater, so I don't know if I would say they're better than Flame Tree or a Disney place to get ribs quick service, because I normally go for something else. But they are very, very good. And now I'm going to get into the chicken, which, I don't know a nice way to eat this, so I'm just going to like... Whoa. Ordering this, I almost just got ribs because I was like, chicken, that's boring. But this is very good rotisserie chicken. The spice blend on it is excellent. It's moist, it's falling off, it's nice and juicy. It's definitely got a good blend of spices. Nothing too hot, but I can taste a little garlic, a little salt, pepper, a little cayenne. You can taste that this was grilled as well. It's got char marks on it. Honestly, this is a matter of personal preference, but I like the chicken more than the pork. They do have a salad that's got this rotisserie chicken like pulled on top of it. That sounds great as a nice lighter option, especially on a hot day. So I'm definitely going to try that in the feature as well. I still like my fish and chips better than this, but this does taste like a feast food, like a celebratory food. Or if you're someone that's into barbecue food, great choice. And I very, very strongly believe you could share this portion, especially if you're going to be eating other things around the Wizarding World. Corn on the cob. A+ corn on the cob. Nice and buttery, and they give you extra butter for it as well. Cooked perfectly. Look at that grill mark on the husk there. I like that it's not been shucked all the way because it makes you feel like a heathen and like you're really in Hogwarts in the Wizarding World eating like ramen at one of the feasts. Let's try one of these potatoes. I love the potatoes here because they also come with like, it's like they're like roasted and delicious. There's some onion in with them. I like these potatoes as much, if not maybe a little bit more than the chips that come with the fish and chips, which are like the wedge fries. They're roasted perfectly. They've got a ton of rosemary and garlic and pepper, and they are just really, really yummy with that onion. Perfect. So this is a little bit heavier food. Maybe this is the one you're into on a theme park day, but when you're celebrating Halloween at Hogwarts, you gotta eat feast food and gotta have a pumpkin drink. So cheers, my pumpkin fizz. I love the pumpkin fizz. I like it more than pumpkin juice because it's a little bit lighter, it's crisper. It's got the bubbles in it, and I love LaCroix and pumpkin, so for me this is like piece de resistance, but you have to like pumpkin flavor. Had a lovely feast at the Three Broomsticks, but boy oh boy, I wish those giant pumpkins Hagrid's grown for the feast decor had been there. Oh wait, I can see them. In one place only. Let's go to Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM! Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM is my favorite ride at Universal Orlando and quite possibly my favorite ride in the entire world. It's a magical motorbike adventure with Hagrid and Threstrolls and Blast-Ended Scroots and the Forbidden Forest and Fluffy and... oh, it's just so wonderful. I love it so much. It has a 48-inch height requirement and very unique seats because you are riding on Sirius's motorbike that has been magically enchanted to duplicate thanks to Arthur Weasley. So you're either going to ride on the bike or in the sidecar. There is test seats out front. I definitely recommend checking them out if you're concerned because it is a very weird seat. But oh my gosh, is this ride fun. We've made it to Hagrid's hut, which means we can see some of the gigantic pumpkins he's growing for decor at the feast. And if you look closely, some of them have been a little bit eated. I would assume the Threstrals are to blame because I can hear things eating, but I can't see things eating. So maybe some of you can see the Threstrals, but I really hope not. I am giddy! I love this ride so much.
Everyone here? Right. Follow the path.
Also, the setup posted 45-minute wait, and I haven't stopped moving yet, so. Another beautiful detail that is very applicable to our Halloween adventure. If you see here, this is where old students before our Harry Potter adventures began in the films and the books. This used to be an old building where they would do dueling club, and you can see that some of the students have graffitied the wall, including some initials that you may recognize as Harry's parents. Aww. I asked the wizard in line why they didn't have the pre-show, and he said that it's not crowded, and so they're just letting people scoot on through the line without the pre-show, which I appreciate, but also I love pre-shows. But the pre-show just tells you that Arthur Weasley has enchanted the motorbike, and that's what you're going to ride upon. And of course, since it was Arthur Weasley, things are a little unpredictable, but we stan Arthur Weasley. Also, here's the golden egg. Great Easter egg lols from Goblet of Fire right there. The golden egg that Harry has to use to open up and figure out clue number 2. Is so good. I say it every time I get off, but that drop makes my stomach go whoosh every time I laugh, I scream. It is such an amazing attraction. Harry Potter fan or not, you've got to ride it. Ugh, amazing. Don't you think it's time for dessert? I do, which means a trip to Honeydukes. Honeydukes is the larger of the 2 candy shops in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. This is, of course, where Harry and Ron and the gang come on their Hogsmeade weekends to shove their pockets full of candied treats. Sugar, fun, just like teenagers do. But we are headed here to get one of my all-time favorite Harry Potter snacks that also happens to have pumpkin in it. First of all, welcome to my favorite place to eat snacks in Hogsmeade. This is actually behind Honeydukes and the 3 Broomsticks, kind of, and it's where the cast members come in from, but it has this very cute Honeydukes window that's great for taking pictures of your snacks or yourself, and literally there's no one back here, so enjoy. But I got 2 pumpkin treats at Honeydukes. The first, a pumpkin pasty. This is one of my all-time favorite Harry Potter treats. Harry and Ron and Hermione eat them on the train, so it's a great treat. It's like a puff pastry with pumpkin mixture inside, kind of like pumpkin pie. And then I noticed they have newer, these aren't brand new, but they weren't an original treat. They have a selection of caramels now, including a pumpkin caramel, so you knew I couldn't say no to that. I'm gonna try the caramel first because I haven't tried it yet, so. Well, I need to go to the dentist right now. I think the pumpkin's just the top part. Yeah, the rest is just chocolate covered caramel. It's very, very good chocolate covered caramel. It's obviously very, very rich. I mean, that is just straight up caramel in there. It's very delicious, rich. I think this is a shareable. I am gonna put it in my bag and eat more of it later because this is a lot of very rich caramel, but it's good. But I don't think I'd pick it over something else. Certainly not over the cake or the pasty, but they had a bunch of other flavors. They had like toffee apple and classic and some other ones. So this is fun if you're a caramel fan. But now for the real treat. Pumpkin pasty time, baby. It's a nice flaky pastry, very buttery crust, and it's got just enough filling so that it's sweet, like it tastes like pumpkin, but not fake, artificially flavored pumpkin. I'm talking like actual pumpkin from a can with autumnal spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice. And it's just, this is perfect for someone like me who doesn't like super over-the-top sickly sweet things, but still wants a treat. More in a pinch breakfast, honestly. It's kind of like a Pop-Tart. And I love pumpkin pasties. I see why Ron and Harry were eating them all on the train. A+ work. And now that we've had dessert, I think we need something to wash down dessert. Do you see how this goes? It's just eating over and over again. That's what the fun of theme parks is. Also, you know, rides and shopping and entertainment, but mostly snacks. We are headed into the Hogs Head Pub. This is attached to the 3 Broomsticks, and we are gonna get a drink so special, it's not even on the menu. That's right, it's secret menu time, baby. Here inside the Hogs Head, you will find a variety of drinks, including specialty beer that you can't get anywhere else in the world. There is the Dragon Scale, there's the Hogs Head Brew, which you can literally only get here in this establishment. You can't even get that at the other locations. They also have some other British beers and ciders, such as Guinness, Boddington's, Strongbow, and then something very exotic, very fun. It's called Boulite, I believe it's French, if I were to guess. This is also, a lot of people don't realize this, you can also get butterbeer in any form here. So there's often a shorter wait here than the butterbeer carts. So you can get that non-alcoholic butterbeer as well. But we are getting, once again, a special drink. So special, it's not on the menu. May I have a Deathly Hallows?
No, I can't do that.
Oh, okay, but can I have a triple layered beer with Strongbow, Hogs Head, and Guinness?
That I can bring.
Okay, great, thank you. So guys, I'm gonna tell you a secret. There's a beer layered drink here, and it's called the Deathly Hallows, but you can't call it the Deathly Hallows because it's like Fight Club. We don't talk about the Deathly Hallows. It's trademarked, they can't use it. But you can say, I would like a triple layered beer with Strongbow, Hogs Head, and Guinness. Here it is, my Deathly Hallows. It doesn't look as layered as it used to. They changed the way Strongbow works, so the Strongbow they get here, so it actually doesn't layer 3 as well. But if you look close at the bottom, there's 3 layers. I wouldn't ask for this if there's a really long line, because obviously it takes them a long time to make this and layer it, but it's really, really fun, and it's a secret menu drink, and it goes back to our Halloween theme we were talking about earlier. Also, wanted to let you know about this great deal. If you buy this awesome Hogs Head souvenir cup, it's very exciting. You can get a discount on refills if you refill it with Harry Potter themed beer. Here or over at Diagon Alley, you'll get 50 cents off the draft beers when you get this cup. Now, they're not going to be able to refill this cup. They'll just give you another cup and you can pour it in because of safety regulations. But that is, if you're going to have more than one drink, might as well take home a cup. This was a couple dollars extra to get it in the fancy cup, so. I actually genuinely love this drink because Guinness is too dark for me, Strongbow is too sweet for me, Hogs Head is somewhere right in the middle, so you can taste all 3 of them. It is light and refreshing because of the Strongbow, but it's still hearty and tastes like beer because of the beers. And it's just fun and like secret, so that's cool. Secrets are cool, but only when you're included, and now you're all included. You know, as I sit and I enjoy my beverage, I'm reminded of another event that happens on Halloween in the Wizarding World, and that is the 500th Death Day party of Sir Nicholas de Mimsy Porpington, the ghost, nearly headless Nick of the Gryffindor Tower. Harry and Ron and Hermione go to his Death Day party in the Chamber of Secrets in 1992. What a time it was. Moldy cake and ghosts. So fun, so fun. So here's to you, Sir Nick. I can't do the math now to figure out what your death day would be now, but, you know, more than 500. Okay, 500, that was 92, so then 2002, that's 10, that's 510, 2000, that'll be 20, almost 530, 529, 529 years ago. Wow, good for you, sir. Hope you're partying. Perhaps the coolest thing that happens at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter during the Halloween season is the appearance of Death Eaters. They were missing last year, but they're back this year. They come out at random and storm along through Hogsmeade. You may have the chance to duel one of them. So I have my wand. I am very ready. I may be a Slytherin, but I'll always duel a Death Eater. They don't have set times or anything because they're Death Eaters. They do what they want, but usually around dusk, around 7 o'clock, you can expect to see them come out, stand on stages, and wander around Hogsmeade. So, look alive, people. Yeah! The Death Eaters are legitimately so much fun, which is not a sentence I ever thought I'd say. But they come out, they were out here for about 20 minutes, and they kind of just circle the crowd, and they will duel you. If you want them to like you, get a dark mark temporary tattoo, get one off Amazon, and put that on your arm before you get here. But I saw them duel a lot of people, and they just kind of run around the crowd. I did duel one. I think I won. He left, so either he was amazed at my magical skill, or like... No, that has to be it. That's the only answer. So it was really, really fun. Definitely be out here around 7 o'clock, and they should come out again, but it's always a mystery because they're Death Eaters. They do what they want. Now we are headed to the Dark Arts at Hogwarts projection show. Some of you may have seen the projection show before. Prior to the closure was a normal version of the projection show, which is just Hogwarts at night. And then there's a Christmas version of the projection show that I got to see last year as part of the holiday tour here at Universal. And now the projection show is back on Hogwarts Castle, and at Halloween time they have a special Dark Arts version of it. So we're going to go see it right now. The show starts at dusk and then repeats about every 20 minutes. So there's between 2 and 3 usually a night, depending on what time the park closes. So I am headed there right now to see the first one, and then I'm hoping to see more than one of the show. But the last one will usually be the least crowded. The first one will usually be the most crowded. As I sit here and I wait for the Dark Arts show to begin, I'd like to take a moment of silence for James and Lily Potter, Harry's parents, who he never really got to meet and were murdered this day. Well, not this day, Halloween, in 1981. So, join me. Love the Dark Arts show and these projection shows at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. They're only about 7 to 10 minutes long, but in this version of it, they projected the Dark Mark, Death Eaters flying, trolls in Fury, Acromantula, Gringott and Berks. That part was really cool. I think these shows are great. And then at the end, when Prongs came out to save the day, I got a little emotional. My only complaint is that they insist on using the happiness can be found in the darkest of times, each one just remembers to turn on the light by Dumbledore. That quote's not in the books, it's just in the movies, and it drives me insane. But besides that, it's a really great show, and I recommend watching it if you're a Potter fan and here at Halloween. Well, friends, that is a wrap on my Harry Potter Halloween video. I hope you had fun nerding out with me as we explore the wizarding world of Harry Potter through a Halloween lens. I absolutely adore the Death Eaters coming out into the park. The Dark Arts show is so much fun. I loved looking at all of the other shows as well, and of course enjoyed some pumpkin treats and attractions. Let me know your favorite Harry Potter thing down in the comments. Let us know what other Harry Potter and Universal videos you'd like as well. In the meantime, friends, make sure to rate, review, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media at AllEars.net. And until next time, I'm Molly, and it's been magical. Want to see more of my videos? Click over here. Want to subscribe? You can do that right here. And also, ring that notification bell to make sure you get instantly notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for following. See you real soon.